I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The difference between people who are successful and people who are great is not necessarily defined by their talent, their skills, or what they bring to the table, but it is determined by the amount of consistency that they put into their craft, into what they're achieving, into what they're obtaining. It is all about consistency. What's up, guys? It's Willie Jane here. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, this is a place for you to become the best version of yourself, step into your purpose, and just live the life that you dream of living. So welcome, and today I'm doing a special video. I had a special request on doing a video when it comes to being more consistent in achieving your goals, being more consistent in doing the things that you need to do in order to get the things that you really want to get. So I'm really excited about today's video. I'm going to be basically sharing my top 5 things that you guys can use and implement to help you become more consistent. I used to struggle with consistency so much, and in some areas I'm still working. I still have to implement the things that I'm gonna share with you today in order to making sure that I'm being consistent, I'm staying consistent. And honestly, when you can be consistent, guys, it allows you to build momentum in your life, in the areas that you're focusing on. And when you build that momentum, things start to happen, things start to click, things start to line up, and then the blessings and the achievements all are able to come to you. So number one, the first thing that I want to just shed the light on is, number one is know your why. What do I mean by this? Know why you are aiming towards something in the first place, right? So what is the goal that you're working toward? What is the area in your life that you're wanting to improve? What is the thing that you are working toward that is requiring you to be more consistent? And understanding why, right? And when we get to the root cause, the root of why this thing is important to us, we then have a motivator. We then understand on those days when we don't feel like doing it, or on those days when we're being challenged, we understand why we're doing it, and we can bring ourselves back to that vision, right? And so I just did a workshop the other week with a group of phenomenal women, and we did the whole mapping out of their vision and understanding why is that vision so important. And when you know your why, it is so much easier for you to see the bigger picture, especially in the times when you may not feel as strong, when you may not feel as mentally equipped or just ready, or just in that mental capacity or space to be able to do the things. It's so much easier. I'm telling you, when you know your why, everything changes. How do you figure out how to know your why, right? One simple thing that I love to ask people is the golden question. And the golden question is this: why is this important to me? And you keep asking yourself, why is this important to me? Until you get to that underlying root of your why, okay? So number 2, change your habits. Changing your habits is going to be crucial to allowing you to showing up with that consistency. So for example, one of my recent things that I've been working toward over the last few months is my personal fitness journey. And so just becoming healthier, becoming better. So I have a goal to be in the best shape of my life this year. And so part of me changing my habits in order to being able to be consistent in the things that I need to do in order to step into that goal, I needed to change some habits. So some of those habits would have been, waking up earlier. So I have a personal trainer who I work out with at the gym. And part of my habit is knowing that I have to maximize and leverage the different times a day, and morning works best for me. And so I had to change the habit of sleeping in, getting lazy and sleeping in, and changing the habit of waking up and waking up earlier. And so I get up between 4 and 5 a.m. every day. And so that is an example of a habit that I needed to change about myself in order to allow that consistency to be able to flow a lot more easily and effortlessly. Not to say that some days, I want to hit that snooze button, because I do. but it allows you to work through that. And then also, you know, those mornings when I'm feeling like, oh, I really don't want to get up and I don't want to work out, it's like going back to the why. Okay, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this, right? Number 3 is building out a schedule for yourself, right? Building out a schedule for yourself is going to really help you maintain that level of consistency. If you already have something planned, it's so much easier for you to stick to that plan versus if you don't have a plan on your calendar, on your phone, on your books. It's a lot easier to deviate from what it is that you need to be consistent with versus if you have it written down, right? Out of sight, out of mind, right? So if it is in sight, guys, then it is more apt to be in your mind and allow you to execute on what it is that you need to do every single day. And so an example that you guys could do in order to build out a schedule, ask yourself some questions around what is it that I need to do? How much time do I need to commit to this thing? What are the hours of the day that are gonna work best for me? And then writing it down. So whether you track your schedule through your phone or maybe you track it, you know, old school, maybe on a calendar, on a journal, you can do it that way. But make sure that you build out a schedule for yourself and so that you can stick to that schedule. Number 4 is, this one is really tough and like, I still feel like I'm growing in this area. It's almost like as I go on my own personal development journey, guys, and as I'm showing up and teaching, as I'm learning and growing, it kind of puts me in this perspective, like I'm always constantly like leveling up. And so, so this last piece here, number 4, is, you know, mastering your emotional state. And so what I mean by this is we have emotions, like we're feeling an emotion almost every moment of the day, right? Whether we're feeling happy or we're feeling bored or we're feeling angry or maybe feeling frustrated or like disappointed, whatever it is, right? Like we're always feeling different states of emotions, right? And so part of showing up and being consistent is mastering your most emotions and not allowing your emotions to master you. Your emotions are temporary. As I just described, you could be feeling happy one moment and you could be feeling disappointed the next. And then the next minute you could be feeling happy again. Our emotions are not permanent and they're not a permanent state. Instead, we move through different emotions all throughout the day. And so knowing this, knowing that emotions are only temporary, we're able to then put it in perspective that, you know, maybe I'm gonna go back to the example of not wanting to wake up at 5 a.m. and get my butt up and in the car and drive to the gym and work out for an hour. I may be feeling like I don't feel like doing it, right? And there's so many instances that I know you guys can relate to. You'd rather like sit on the couch and watch a Netflix show rather than get up and, you know, do the presentation, write out the presentation, do the thing, whatever it is, right? And so it's all about the emotional state that we're in. And so when we're in that emotional state of like, I just don't feel like it, I just don't want to do it, you can then remind yourself, this is only a temporary state. The emotion that I'm feeling right now is a little bit of a resistance of what I don't want to do right now, but it's only temporary. And so you get to weigh out the pros and cons of, do I want to just give into this temporary emotional state right now, give into it and sacrifice the big vision, the goal, the why of what I'm aiming toward? Or do I want to just like get myself up, work through this and let it pass? Because it will pass. As soon as you get moving, it will pass, right? Every single time when I feel like not going to the gym and I get to the gym and I'm working out, and then when I'm leaving the gym, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I got out of bed. Like, I'm so glad I did that. I feel amazing. I feel pumped. My body's thanking me, everything, right? And so you have to be able to put yourself in the driver's seat, be the master of your emotions and not the other way around, okay? This brings me to our last point. And our last point is, have fun. Whatever it is that you are working toward, whatever it is that is requiring your consistency, have fun with it. Guys, don't take life too serious, because if you're taking life too serious all the time, every single day, that takes out the fun and it takes out the passion and it takes out all of the good things, right? And so you have to have fun with it. Like, play, have fun. Allow this to be a journey. Allow this to be whatever it is that you're working toward. Allow this to be a journey of learning, developing, growing, transforming, and allow it to be fun. Trust the process and it will be so much easier for you to stay consistent. Guys, I have been implementing these things to being consistent in my life, and everything that I do, it doesn't fail me. Like, any time that I apply this, it does not fail me and it helps me. And so I hope this helps for you. And if you guys have any video requests whatsoever on any topics you want me to cover, please send me a message or put it in the comments below and let me know. With that, guys, I hope that you have a blessed day, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.